It is now 2026, and Fortnite is approaching being a whole decade old. So I figured it'd be a fitting topic to kind of go back and talk about it. I know my channel, I haven't really talked about Fortnite at all. I haven't had any gameplay on in the back of my commentary videos that I do, but Fortnite has genuinely had a big impact on my life. I've spent a lot of time playing the game, spent a lot of money on the game. I have countless memories playing this game with my friends as I grew up. So let's go all the way back to when I was first introduced to Fortnite. Fortnite started to blow up, I think it was 2017, maybe 2018, something like that. I remember the first time I heard about it, right? I was in elementary school. Fortnite was starting to get popular. PUBG was already popular. That was the mainstream battle royale at the time. And I remember a kid in my elementary class did a speech about why he thought PUBG was better than Fortnite. I was like, man, I kind of know what PUBG is, but I never played Fortnite. And I'm hanging out with my friends, and we're just hanging out at their house, and also one of my friends says, hey, you want to play Fortnite? I'm like, bro, why is everybody always talking about Fortnite? What is Fortnite? He turns on his PlayStation, he opens up the game, and I'm watching. I'm like, man, this shit seems kind of stupid. You jump out of a bus onto an island, you fight people. Not really my style of game, especially when I was a kid. It's like when I'm in like 5th grade, it's like I was really obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft. I wasn't much of a first-person shooter type of guy. Like that just wasn't what I played. But eventually I was like, all my friends are playing it. They keep asking me to play it. All right, I'll go home. I'll download it on my PlayStation. I'll see what's up. So I get home, I download it, and man, if crack cocaine was a video game, bro, I could not stop to save my life, dude. It was constant. It was day and night, waiting for every new update, waiting for the item shop to refresh. Everything about that game, and I know for a fact it wasn't just because I was a kid, because it was the same with my older friends who were in middle school and high school, and all the adults and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there were a bunch of crazy headlines back in the days about dudes who literally got divorced over how addicted they were to Fortnite. Something about the earlier stages of that game was literally, I genuinely don't think we'll ever see anything like it again. That was the most addictive video game of all time. My theory is that it was a new video game that blew up so quick that pretty much the entire player base was massive but still new to the game at the same time, and it made it so much fun because everybody was in the same boat. I can almost guarantee it. And the game was expanding at such a rapid rate that even when some people improved, you had a whole fresh new group of people who were also new to the game, just like you were. So yeah, man, I think I started playing like 4th grade or 5th grade, whatever year it was something like that. I was still in elementary school, I remember, and I'm just playing it day and night, day and night, day and night. Updates are releasing. I'm up at 4 in the fucking morning, bro, waiting for that update to drop so I can play it before school, and then go to school and talk to my friends about it and what we're seeing and stuff. Dude, I remember staying up because I thought Tilted was going to get blown up during the Rocket event, bro. And then, time starts to go on, the game starts to develop. You don't see any major changes from like season 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And then, we start getting the cube and stuff in season 5. And it's like, it's a little different, but it's still got that feel, that cartoony, that original feel. Still peak. Season 5 still peak. Season 6, a little shaky. That was the first season I remember that had a decent amount of like backlash. Like people were kind of like, because they did a bunch of weird stuff with that floating island or whatever, but it was still fun. Still had the same charm to it. Season 7 brought it straight back. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal gameplay. Just perfect. No notes. Season 8, out of the ballers, stuff kind of got a little bit weird. People were critiquing it a little bit harder. And then 9 and 10 just really fell flat. And the game really starts to lose its footing. And then, I'm not going to lie, after that, it's just a slippery slope downhill with Chapter 2 getting released and them just completely rebranding the game. They changed the way it looked. They changed the way it felt. They changed the way it played. They changed the loot pool. It was like, that was when it was officially like, okay, this is literally a brand new game. And if you go back and watch like any YouTuber at the time's playthrough of their first playthrough of Chapter 2, they literally say that they're like, this is barely even Fortnite. Like, this feels like a whole new game. If they're sponsored by Epic Games, they say it in a more positive way. If they're not, they usually say it in a meaner way, but no way around it. That's what people were saying. So then you start to wonder, it's like, okay, I want to play Fortnite, but you get on Fortnite and it's not there anymore. It's a different game. And that would happen so often where I'd be like, I was still in this weird state where I'd get home from school, and now I'm like late middle school, right? It's like I get home from school, I want to play, I have that itch to play the game, but there's no game that I want to play. Fortnite isn't giving me that same like enjoyment that I used to have. Rocket League wasn't giving it to me. That was another one. Fall Guys, when it first started, was actually very fun, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it, but that fell off super quick. Every game it felt like that came out, every new game was good, but just not the same. It just wasn't giving you what you expected or what you wanted. Fortnite was such an unrealistic, like, especially for me, right? I did not start with games like that. I started with Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's, and don't get me wrong, I was obsessed with those. And those games are absolutely peak in my opinion. But something about this game, like, genuinely, it was just such a raw obsession with it. And that's the best way I can think to put it. I was obsessed with this game, and it was like it was ripped away from me. It's like it was ripped away from everybody, and now it's just like you're left with that spot. I don't even mean to say that in a dramatic way. This isn't like I fantasize about Fortnite, and I'm like, oh, I miss Fortnite. I miss Fortnite so bad. It's not that, right? It is solely like, damn, bro, I want to play a fun game, and there isn't no fun games that I want to play anymore. So that is why I titled this video the way I do. Why I think Fortnite kind of like low-key ruined gaming is like, it genuinely was such a phenomenal game at release, and for such like a long, it was honestly like a 1 to 2 year span that game was just absolutely peak, and then it was just kind of gone because they changed everything. And it's like, no matter, even if they brought people, like, try to do it all the time, they like make these fake versions of like OG Fortnite or whatever, or even Epic did theirs. Like, you go back and play, it's like, dude, it's just not the same. It's just not the same, and it's for like a multitude of reasons. Like, obviously your life is different now, right? You're not a kid anymore, or you're not a teenager anymore. Times are a little more complicated probably, but you know, that's just a part of it. That's just a part of it. It's also, like I said earlier, it's like having so many new players playing the game at once just really created an atmosphere, I think, that was such a big contributor. That was such a big contributor to the game feeling how it felt. So now, you look at Fortnite, it's 2026, about a decade later. The game is borderline unrecognizable. I mean, you hop on, it's the menu to choose games is completely different than it used to be. The item shop is filled with hundreds and hundreds of things that you could buy. The game is not optimized at all if you play it. I mean, FPS drops are a serious problem just because the map, the game is so, trying to think of the word I'm looking for, not refined, I think is the way I'd phrase it. So it's really just like what are they doing? And the best way I think to say it is, it's like they're trying to make Fortnite into a version of Roblox. They're trying to get everything a person could ever want into one place, but none of it's good. I mean, genuinely, their battle royale is shit nowadays. It's not optimized. It's not fun to play. I mean, I'll play it every once in a while just because I get the battle pass every once in a while, and, you know, I'll hop on with friends just because it's an easy game to access and play with your friends. But it's like, man, I don't remember the last time I was like itching to get on and play Fortnite Battle Royale. They have their music stuff. It's like the music stuff was fun for like a week. Rocket racing, most irrelevant shit ever. Nobody is fucking playing rocket racing, dude. And they have all these other custom maps and games that you can play. And you look at it and you're like, what is this? It's like, this isn't Fortnite, this is Roblox. That's literally what comes to my mind. It's like, this is Roblox, because what they're trying to do is just max out these kids' dopamine receptors and just make them addicted to constantly being on here, even though they're literally being fed garbage. So many of these kids literally never even got to experience like a good version of Fortnite, which is so unfortunate. Like, not to say they would have liked it. Some people didn't like Fortnite. It wasn't their cup of tea. It's like, that's whatever. But this game now is genuinely pure brain rot. That's another reason I'll say, titling the video the way I did. Fortnite is like actively acting as a detriment to the gaming space, bro. I swear to God. Like, this shit is just in a downward spiral, like a downward corporate spiral, just trying to maximize profit and literally focus on nothing else. Sorry for being so upset in this video. It's just something I'm like pretty passionate about. Like, I like this game, man. I really like wish it was doing better, but like, man, state of it fucking sucks. And this game had like one of the hardest fall offs I think I've ever seen, dude. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say, so we'll see ya.